Hello everyone, welcome to the late vlog for the 2013 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix from the Marina circuit. Now, I didn't do one for India because the Indian Grand Prix is it's not been on the calendar for long, 3 years, 11, 12, 13, so there hasn't been much. There has been a lot of great racing at Abu Dhabi, and I'm going to make sure I mention most of that. Firstly, congratulations to Sebastian Vettel on winning the 2013 World Drivers' Championship. Well deserved, in a way, because he has the best car, he's the best driver. 4 times a world champion, joining that elite club of drivers to have won the World Championship at least 4 times in their career, which is obviously now Vettel, Prost, 4-time world champion, Fangio, 5-time world champion, and Michael Schumacher, the 7-time world champion. So, Abu Dhabi, yes, Marina, my favourite circuit. It's got to be my favourite circuit. It always has been my favourite circuit. My second favourite, of course, is Montreal. This is the circuit of the future. This is, without a doubt, a track to remember, because it's got everything. It's got a theme park, a water park, a hotel around in the middle of the track. It's got residential areas, beaches, a marina. It's got everything you could only enjoy on a Formula 1 race circuit. Now it's a day to night race, day to night. So they start in the day and finish at night, just like they would in Singapore, but they don't. In Singapore, they don't have a day to night race. It's a night race from start to finish. Also, they broke ground on the circuit in May 2007, and they opened it in October 2009 when the first lap was done by Bruno Senna in 2009. The first race was 2009, of course, when Jenson Button's World Championship winning year. It was the final race that year, and there was no championship to be decided. Button had won it the race before. This track has what Rosberg could only describe as a very unique look to it, because most drivers say there's always something to do at each corner of the track. You have to be on your top form to get around this circuit and get a clean and perfect lap in. The lap record, of course, was set in 2009, in its first year of F1 racing, when of course Sebastian Vettel set it, 140.2, the first year of racing there. There's 21 turns, it's 5.554 kilometres long, that's 3.451 miles. The pit lane here is the most unique on the calendar, as because it's an anti-clockwise circuit. You usually have pit complex on the left hand side, but it's on the right hand side, just like South Korea, but it's a different pit exit. Here it goes down underneath turn 1 and out on the left hand side, not the right, to make it much more safer for the drivers. Giancarlo Fisichella was one of the drivers saying it was a dangerous and difficult pit exit, because you go down, you have to turn under the circuit in a very slow chicane and back out onto the racetrack. But in one way, Giancarlo Fisichella, you don't have to worry about it, because you haven't raced there since 2009, when you replaced Felipe Massa after Luca Badua got kicked out of Ferrari for not finishing very well in his races. Ferrari World is another thing to mention. Ferrari World is a theme park in Abu Dhabi. It's a theme park in Abu Dhabi, and it is just behind the hairpin. I'll show you the track in a moment. It's just behind the hairpin before the very long straight, which is turn 7, and it is an indoor theme park. And there is a very good video of Alonso Massa on that ride. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a man-made island, of course. It's before 2007, when it broke ground, it was just completely desert. It was just a desert island. It was nothing around, it was desert, and it was completely transformed into this venue of racing. And you know, it is a fantastic circuit, and I will hope Abu Dhabi stays on the calendar for years to come, because it is one of the best circuits on the Formula 1 calendar. The lighting is very different to Singapore, because Singapore has lights going around the track, you know, like rectangular ones on the wall, all going around the track. But this one just has floodlights standing up, and it looks spectacular in the day, but it looks even more spectacular in darkness. So wait till darkness falls tomorrow in practice, qualifying and the race. Now the track, I'll get the track up for you here. I found the book, by the way, with all the tracks in. See, did find all the books and the tracks in. Obviously this book was prior 2010, so this is all 2009. Here's Abu Dhabi. This one here. That's the Marina circuit. Ferrari World is just... I'll hold it like this, you can still see it. Ferrari World is just here. On this long straight. The DRS zones are here and here for the race, as they have been for past years. This book as well, it's one of my favourites. This book, it's got a lot of interesting, and there is something I do want to show you in this book, and if you are a Vettel fan, be prepared, because it is one of the best best things I've read as well. Says, where is it? The future, rising stars, and just some of these racers in here, they've all been F1 drivers, but only one of them became a star. You've got in here Robert Kubica, Timo Glock, Sebastian Buemi, rising stars. What about him? This was prior 2010, and in this book it clearly states that Sebastian Vettel is never usually short of words. However, when he passed the finish line in Monza in 2008, he was rendered speechless. And if I'm going to be honest, some of my friends as well will know I've had my criticism of Sebastian Vettel in the past. I have had a lot of criticism about him, and in honesty, when he won in Monza in 2008, I knew that he would be a future world champion. I didn't expect it to be with Red Bull. That could be a guarantee. I didn't expect it to be with Red Bull. I expected it to be with someone like McLaren or Ferrari, or or Renault, but didn't expect it to be Red Bull. But I expected him to become world champion. I really did. And I didn't expect him to be 4 times world champion. I didn't expect him to dominate Formula 1 as much as he's dominated Formula 1 in the past few years. But it's been one hell of a ride these last 4 seasons, hasn't it, really? I know 2013's not over yet, but it has been fantastic for any Red Bull fan. Not for me, mostly, as you can see. 2010 though is where I want to get to. Now all Red Bull fans will know about this race. I watched this last night on the Sky Sports F1 Classic races, the 2010 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix from the Marina circuit. It's one of my favourites. 4 drivers went into the race with the possibility of becoming world champion. The long shot was, of course, my favourite, Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren. He was 24 points behind Fernando Alonso, who went into the race as championship leader. And if Hamilton was to become champion, Alonso would have to get no points, Vettel would have to finish low, Webber would have to finish low for Hamilton to win it by a point. During the race, Fernando Alonso chose to make a pit stop, but Webber had made a pit stop beforehand but got stuck behind traffic. Alonso came in and he came out, crucially, behind a Renault of Vitaly Petrov. As Vettel cruised to the race win that night, Alonso had to finish 4th or better to become the 2010 world champion. For the entire race after his pit stop, he could not get past Vitaly Petrov. He spent the whole race behind Petrov, stuck behind Petrov, and it basically cost him the world championship. And Alonso went on the radio complaining that Petrov didn't let him through. Petrov had no right to let him through. He had no right at all to let Alonso through. And Petrov even said in an interview that he wanted to prove he was a racer. He wanted to prove that he didn't let anyone past easily. He kept his seat for the next season. I was pleased about that. But that was basically the start of Vettel's dominance. That was the first time Vettel took the lead of the World Drivers' Championship, and he didn't lose it again. He didn't lose it again until the first race of 2012, when Raikkonen won. Not Raikkonen, Button won. Sorry, I'm thinking this year, not last. When Button won in Australia to take the lead in the World Championship. So, yes, that was a great race as well for Vettel fans, and disappointing race for me as well, because I was a Hamilton fan. I wanted him to, do the impossible and win the world title that day, and he almost did as well, because if Vettel had a retirement and Alonso for most of the race was out of the top 10, Hamilton would have done the impossible. But that is then going to be my race preview for Abu Dhabi, with the 2010 Grand Prix in there and everything else. So I would like to thank you all for watching this episode. Sorry it's late, and my odds for a McLaren podium are quite good this race. Quite good, because this is one of their strongest races. It's going to be tough for them to get a podium, but I think they could just nick it. I think they could just nick their first podium this season today. Tell me what you think. Do you think McLaren can get a podium? Like and subscribe if you like this, and comment if you think McLaren can get a podium. I'll see you for the American preview. See you then.